Hello. So the teaser trailer dropped for A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and I've done a couple live streams, but I want to summarize my thoughts in a short video. This is going to be kind of spoilery, so if you haven't read Hedge Knight, Duncan Egg Stories, even World of Ice and Fire, I'd skip this one, but if you're a fan and you know all the lore, then stick around, let's chat about it. So we start off with Dunk burying Sir Arlen of Pennytree. Peter Claffey is playing Dunk. So far looks like great casting. Not only is he a tall lad, but from the few lines we've heard, he comes across as very likeable. He's got a good screen presence.
Do you know every knight in the Seven Kingdoms then?
I really like that he's using his native Irish accent. It's inherently charming and kind of rustic, and it's going to massively stand out from the posh RP of the nobles, even the presumably Cockney accents that the commoners are going to be using. So he's really going to stand out as our underdog protagonist, and it is just a lovely accent to listen to. It's pretty funny. Apparently Flea Bottom is home to Cockney accents, Durham accents, Mancunian accents, now Irish accents. It's a real melting pot. The cinematography is certainly gorgeous. Yes, I do agree. I do wish it was more colourful. It's still a tad too grey for my tastes, but what can you do? It's HBO. Good thing about HBO shows, they look lived in, they look real. Like, compare all of this stuff to that latest Witcher trailer. All the sets look fake, all the costumes look like cosplay. I mean, look at this, these are uni students attending the LARP Society. What is this? Dunk, meanwhile, looks like he's been living in this tunic. The little touches from the book are nice. You have the rope belt, you have the winged goblet shield. I love seeing all of the sigils in the background. The House Ashford sigil is here, obviously, because this is the tourney at Ashford. Egg does in fact look like an egg. Well done. Game of Thrones was excellent at casting child actors, thanks to the casting director Nina Gold, who also did the casting for Andor, which is also a particularly well-cast show, full of great British character actors. Hopefully this will be good casting. I haven't seen this actor in Hunger Games, in that Hunger Games movie he was in, but so far in the trailer, he seems good, he's not cringe. On the panel, super mature and smart for his age. It was pretty funny. Looks like at least the actors have great chemistry in person. Whether that translates on screen remains to be seen, but I'm pretty hopeful.
And
you were looking forward to that, weren't you?
no, I was.
How is the kid more confident than the 6-foot-something Irish rugby player? Would you believe it, the Targaryen dragons on this flag have 2 legs? Ira Parker must have watched Glidus's video. Oh yeah, Ira Parker is the showrunner, main writer of this show. He wrote, I believe, episode 4 in season 1 of House of the Dragon, which was a pretty good episode. Not the best episode of the season, but it was pretty good. While season 7 and 8 of Game of Thrones have definitely given me a phobia of black costumes, it's okay for the Targaryens and the Targaryen guards. It's in the sigil. At first I thought this guy in the front might be a Targaryen because of the hair, but I think it's just an older man, because why would a Targaryen carry their own banner? We see Aerion Brightflame. Aerion Greyflame, more like. Am I right? The drip is definitely lacking here. He doesn't have that ostentatious red and orange and gold get-up that's described in the books and shown off in the graphic novel. To be fair, this could just be his riding outfit, as people have said. Also, we've got to address the hair. It is very funny that HBO refuses to give us a single short-haired Targaryen, whether it's in the original Game of Thrones, whether it's in House of the Dragon, with the notable exception of Daemon in a couple episodes. And then they finally give us a short-haired Targaryen, and it looks good, but it's for a character who is often portrayed as having long hair, and let's be honest, has long hair prince energy. We can't have short hair Vizzy T, we can't have short hair Aegon 2, but we've got short hair Aerion. Sure, why not? The actor does look good though. He has those weird Targaryen features and a bit of a resting bitch face. I'm very excited to see more of his performance. So the puppet show here, in the novella it's like a marionette show at a little stool, but here it's a big performance in a pavilion with a giant dragon and fire, and it's a really cool change. And yeah, so Aerion's assault of Tanzel is going to take place here in front of this crowd. Speaking of Tanzel, I think we see her here, Tanzel 2 Tool. The actress is apparently around 5'10". I'll accept it. If I can accept 6'6" Dunk, I can accept this. Shout out to George spoiling like the main twist. The main twist of Duncan Egg in that panel, and everyone's looking around panicked, and then George is like, so yeah, Peter's way too small to be Dunk, but it's okay, I'll forgive him. And everyone's like, that's one hell of a deflection, man. Yo, he just spoiled the main twist. I wonder if they're deliberately casting extra short, well, extras, to make Dunk look tall by comparison. This man is trying to be Michael Sheen. That's all I have to say. Let's do some more sigil spotting. Left to right, we have the Ashford Pavilion. We've got the Baratheon Pavilion, yellow and black, stag on top. That's for Lord Lionel Baratheon. We've got the Harding Pavilion here, the red and white diamonds. That's for Sir Humphrey Harding. And we've got a Targaryen Pavilion, red and black. Cheeky little dragon poking out. There's an armoured man sitting outside with brown hair. I assume this is Prince Valar Targaryen, the son of Prince Baelor Breakspear. In The book he's described as having brown hair with a silver streak. I do hope the silver streak still exists and is on the side of the hair we can't see. It could also be Daeron the Drunken, I guess, but no, I think this is Valar. I'm glad they haven't given him silver hair. I'm glad there's no, oh, the audience won't understand bullshit. Like, no. Give him brown hair. He's Baelor's son, damn it. He's got those Dornish genes. Here we see some more Targs. Aerion on the left. Lord Ashford next to him, I assume. And this guy looks like the actor playing Baelor Breakspear. I do think this casting's kind of odd. Like, he doesn't look part Dornish at all. They just cast a white dude. And he's got a beard. No, give us clean-shaven Baelor. Why does HBO hate clean-shaven men in their Westeros shows? This guy's probably Maekar, I think. We don't really get a really good look at Baelor or Maekar in this trailer. And we don't see Daeron the Drunken at all. There's Lord Lionel Baratheon. Antlered helmet, let's go, Baratheon shield. This looks like a nighttime jousting session, which is definitely kind of dangerous, but it's certainly atmospheric. And there's a Hightower chilling behind him too. Look, it's the thing I recognise from the other show. Looks like the Fossaway cousins are dueling in the yard, Steffon and Raymond. The winner is probably Steffon. Oh my god, the apple sigil on the armour, imagine that. It's taken us over a decade to get sigils on armour. Speaking of sigils, there are some more in the back. I think we see the purple lightning on black of Dondarrion. Hightower, Targaryen of course, I'm not sure what this red one is, it's covered up. Duncan is chatting with Lionel in a tent here. Lionel's drunkenly given him his crown, it looks like, what a legend. The Falling Star shield looks beautiful, honestly. Well done HBO, you'll be selling a lot of merch after this show. Almost as good as Fantasy Haven merch, like mugs and t-shirts and yeah, you get the point. Everything in this dark, foggy area looks like it's for the Trial by 7. Again, it's nice and atmospheric. Aerion's got some edgy, spiky armour, of course he has, I like that. We later see his delightfully villainous helmet, a scowling face visor, and red-tipped dragon horns on top. Inspired partly by the graphic novel design, I assume. The face visor does make me think of some of the book descriptions, like a Ramsay. I think Ramsay has a screaming flayed man helmet. Fun revelries at the tourney here. See, most of the season's going to be out of the tourney grounds, so it does need to feel bustling and alive and lived in. We're going to be seeing regular extras and a bunch of fun side characters and getting to know everyone over the course of these 6 episodes. We've got Duncan, third from our right, Prince Baelor to the left, Lionel to his left. The others are harder to make out, but we do see these knights later on. We get a look of Lionel in his armour. Oh my god, characters are wearing bulky armour, sigils are on the armour itself. Why were they so scared of this in Game of Thrones? Lionel has grey in his hair and beard, and as I said in my live stream, this is kind of odd. He's meant to be in his early 20s or something during this story, but the actor's around 40, and they've given him grey, which does make him look even older. It looks cool, but he does look older. Because decades later, we know that he duels Sir Duncan after declaring himself the Storm King. So is he just going to be like an old man if the show ever gets to that part? Or are they going to change it to Duncan dueling his son Ormond? And if so, why? Why not just cast a younger Lionel? I don't get it. I do love the earring though, that's fire. Speaking of fire, the puppet show still looks great. I wonder what they're spewing out of the dragon's mouth and into the torch. Is it like alcohol? Is it oil? And is that Tanzel playing the knight? Here we have another look at the Trial by 7. This could be a Kingsguard in the back in white armour. It will be interesting to see this show's rendition of the ever-evolving Kingsguard armour. It's different in House of the Dragon, in the Game of Thrones flashbacks, in the early seasons of Game of Thrones, when they all become Sith Lords. If this is a Kingsguard member, this is either Willem Wilde, Donald of Duskendale, or Roland Craighall. So this knight has yellow and black, but no antlers, so this is probably Humphrey Beesbury. Bees in the chat, everyone. So Humphrey Beesbury versus Sir Humphrey Harding, knocking each other off. Rest in peace. We have a black-clad knight here, on foot, knocking a black-clad knight off of horseback. Both of them are Targaryens, clearly. Neither have Aerion's horny helmet, so this is Maekar versus Baelor. There's a Kingsguard in the back coming the same way as the Targaryen on horseback, so this is probably Baelor knocking Maekar off, and then they're going to duel on foot. The POV shot behind the visor from Dunk's perspective is such a great idea. It really brings us into the action, it really grounds it. We see Aerion with his flail / morning star, whatever you want to call it, smashing into Dunk. In this shot, we've got a better look at Duncan and his champions. So Humphrey Harding to the right with the red diamonds. Lionel just looks like a blast to go drinking with. What a chad. I like his princely beard. It reminds me of Season 2 Renly. And of course, he's got the antlered crown. I think it's smart for 3 reasons. 1, it tells you exactly what kind of character this is. Fun, cocky, full of himself, likes a laugh. 2, it kind of tells you the state the Targaryens are in, where a vassal is just wearing a crown openly, even if it's jokingly. Late stage Targ decline. And 3, it's very fun foreshadowing for Lionel later declaring himself the Storm King. Also, discount Ben Kingsley is next to him apparently. Here we see the trial by 7 from behind. As I said, Duncan, Baelor, Lionel, Humphrey Harding. We have black and gold over here, so that must be Humphrey Beesbury. The 2 on the right we don't see much of, must be Fossaway and Risling. And we end this teaser trailer with a great shot of the camera following the 7 and zooming into Duncan. I wonder if this directly leads into the POV helmet shot to make the trial more personal. Anyway, yeah, I thought this trailer was pretty good. I do think it's not as colourful as I'd like, but generally speaking, the casting looks great. At least according to this teaser, the tone is great. And I can't wait to hear more of the music. It isn't Ramin Djawadi doing the soundtrack, it's someone else. And you can hear the tone is different. It's slightly more upbeat. It's very much, it's definitely giving Kingdom Come Deliverance. Dan Romer, that's the name. Dan Romer made the music for Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. Excited to hear more of that music. So yeah, that was my pretty low-key breakdown of this trailer. Everyone under the sun does trailer breakdowns, so not much to add. I just thought I'd summarise my thoughts here. If you want to hear my more rambly thoughts, check out my live stream. I have a live stream reacting to the Duncan Egg panel and another live stream reacting to the trailer itself for the first time. Like and subscribe if you want. Check out the merch, check out the Patreon for Discord and exclusive videos and all that fun stuff. And special thanks to all my patrons, in particular Andre, Caden, Colshot, Devcole, Itchaboi, Elias and Pioneer. See you all next time. Time to finish that Skyrim video.